guys, so today I'm going to show you guys how I colored my hair at home. It actually doesn't really need to be colored that bad, and I don't really haven't colored it in a while because right now the brown that it is actually my natural hair color. So excuse the craziness right now. One thing I do want to point out is just use old clothes. Go ahead, be wearing old clothes. I usually cover the floor with something just in case I get things on the floor. Yeah, so that's kind of as far as my clothing kind of goes. And then I just picked up a little bottle. They're like $2 at Sally's. If not, use like a plastic bowl, and you can use like a plastic bowl. I just have a regular one. I didn't go out and buy one. Don't use a metal bowl, but you can use a plastic bowl. And then one of these brushes, which I actually bought these whenever I was highlighting my hair at home. So you don't really need them for this if you have the bottle. So if you have the bottle at home, then you don't need the plastic bowl and everything else. And then I also bought reusable plastic gloves, so these have really come in handy because they're really sturdy, and everything came from Sally's. Okay, and then the developer that I'm using is actually a 20 volume. You can use a 10, but I already had this. So this one is the Clairol Professional Soy Complex in Pure White. So this is just standard lift. This works perfectly. I actually have a teaspoon so I can measure it out. And this is what I use. I use the Wella Color Charm. And I use this one right here, the 5N, which is my natural hair color, by the way. And typically when you put like the same color on top of another color, it's going to actually make it a little bit darker. So I didn't want to put a lighter color because I didn't want to go like a blonde or anything on it, because that would really change my hair color up. So this will kind of darken it up just a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so really simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take your plastic bottle. I actually don't like to wear gloves for this part, even though I recommend that you do, just because I have a little bit more control. So this just for the mixing part, I'm sorry. I'll wear gloves for the rest of it. Take your teaspoon, your plastic bottle, and this particular color is 1 part color and 2 parts developer. So that means you look at how many ounces are on here. This one in particular is 2 ounces. Usually if I'm really needing to color my entire head, I would need 2 of these for my hair because I have a lot of hair and it's very long. I'm just going to use 1. This time I'm actually going to use the whole thing, and typically sometimes I would only use like half or 1 1/2 or something. So I'm actually going to use the entire thing, but to start off I may just use half of it just to... No, I'm going to use the whole thing. So I'm going to use the entire thing of this because I have a whole lot of hair and I'm just going to color my entire head. But yeah, so this particular one is 2 ounces, so I'm going to need 1 part of, I would need 1 part of this and then 2 parts developer, but since I'm using the whole thing, I'm going to use 2 parts this and 4 parts developer. So, which just means that I'll use 2 ounces of this and 4 ounces of that. To start off, I'm just going to use half of this, and if I need more, I can add it later. If you don't really know how to measure out, just, I don't know how many ounces, whatever. For a teaspoon, there are 6 teaspoons and 1 ounce. 12 teaspoons of the developer to equal out to 2 ounces. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put half into the bottle. Oh, and there's little marks on here so that kind of to help you out. So like it's like this would be half, this would be 1, this would be half, this would be 1, this would be 1 1/2, and then obviously 2 would be all the way down to the bottom. So I'm just going to do it halfway to here. Okay, so once you have it all into the bottle, and I don't know why I didn't pay attention to this before, this actually has the ounces on it. So if you have one that has the ounces on it, I would put the liquid in first and then do the cream, because this is not a liquid, this is like a cream, like gel kind of consistency, and then you can go from there. But I didn't realize it till I already started doing it, so that would be a lot easier. But anyways, once you have it in there, then I put my gloves on. And I'm actually going to start off with just putting this 1 glove on, and that's because I'm going to section off my hair in a second a little bit. Shake it up just like you would if this was like a store-bought brand. After you've got that all mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my hair down. And then I'm going to go ahead and, normally I would have already done this but I had my hair up. I'm just going to kind of brush it out. I brushed it right before I put it up, so it's not really tangly. I just want to make sure you have tangles out. This will just make it easier. Typically, I like to start, I'm just going to show you guys how I do it, not how you're professionally supposed to do it. I usually will start kind of like on the side and then just kind of work my way around, because when I had my hair blonde, sometimes the blonde tries to show through, and yeah, so I've got a little bit of the blonde still trying to come through and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and start on the sides and do like my roots this area, because typically in the back my roots stay the same, they don't ever change. So I'm just going to do this part, you know, the part that the sun hits that lightens them up, and I'm going to go ahead and do all these roots, and then I'll just kind of work my way down towards the ends. I try not to do too much on the ends because I know that, you know, I don't want to ruin the ends of my hair even more than what I need to. And a lot of times after I color my hair, I have a video on how I cut my own hair in less than 5 minutes, and I have really long hair, so it's not hard to do at all. So yeah, you can watch that video, and I like to do that a lot of the times after I've colored my hair, or especially after I've applied any kind of bleach or, you know, like lightener to my hair. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to start on the side, and normally I would do this with the other hand, but oh well. Hello. Crap. Okay, so I ended up doing my entire head. Okay, so the last thing that I do, especially this is really well if you are going darker. I don't usually do this, especially if I'm just doing it my natural color, but my natural eyebrows are a little light, so I actually like to take just a little bit of the color and go ahead and like tint my eyebrows a little bit. I don't always do this, but it really does work. So I just use a Q-tip and just kind of go over them, and you guys will already see the color start to develop fairly quickly on my head before I do the eyebrows, because I have some really, really light strands of eyebrow hair, so this just kind of helps them look better, I guess. Especially when I'm not filling in my eyebrows, that way they don't look so strange when they're not filled in. I don't like to, don't just, you know, try pouring anything on there. You don't want to go blind. Yeah, so that's what I do with that, and then you're going to leave it on your, actually I've already had it on my hair for a little over 10 minutes. So altogether I'll leave it on about 20 minutes, and I'm going to rinse it off. Then I'm going to use a repair mask. So I'm either going to use the coconut oil one, I got this at Sally's, or this one came in an Ipsy bag. I thought about trying it out. It's the Briogeo, and it's Don't Despair Repair. I'm sorry, my mouth is really dry. So this one is a deep conditioning mask, and this one is a deep repair mask. So same thing. I don't know which one for sure yet that I'm going to use, but that is how I colored my hair. Then I'm going to rinse it out. I'm too lazy to dry it most of the time, so I let it air dry, which is I guess a little bit healthier for it. Yeah, so I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and in my next video, I guess you guys are going to kind of see what my hair looks like. And if you guys mess up at all, it's fine. I actually didn't mess up that bad this time, but sometimes I make a total mess, but I think having the actual bottle helps. So I definitely recommend getting the bottle. You can reuse it, and it's going to really, really come in handy. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!